It's almost comical if it weren't so depressing. The article wraps up with Elizabeth Gutfar declaring, "I will commit to being treasurer. I will not sell real estate. I will cut all ties. I believe being a treasurer is a full-time job. Just lied through her teeth without a single pause. Effortless. And in the end, she got exactly what she wanted: to play politician, make a fortune, and walk away after robbing the county blind." As I was reading this, I couldn't help but think this. Is the behavior of someone completely consumed by greed? Obsessed? She probably got a dopamine rush every time she transferred those funds, like it gave her some sort of high. Because how else do you explain someone doing this over and over again, taking massive risks, fully knowing what was at stake? And now she's facing 10 years in prison, but honestly, that's nothing. She should be facing way more. I don't care how old she is, she can't undo the damage she did. She already lived it up, partied on taxpayer money, funded her lifestyle off public trust. That money is gonna end. The lesson means nothing now. Elizabeth Gutfar, the now former Santa Cruz County Treasurer, has been accused of embezzling over $39 million of taxpayer funds. To put that in perspective, the entire county only collects about $41 million annually in property taxes meant for the county, 6 school districts, a community college, and several taxing districts, state auditors say, over the span of 10 years. Gutfar consistently funneled money into her personal accounts while lying on official reports, misleading her own staff, county supervisors, and state auditors. The largest transfers came in her final year in office, when Chase Bank's anti-money laundering team flagged $4.5 million in suspicious wires from county accounts to businesses registered in her name. That's when she resigned in the investigations by the FBI, state officials, and the county began. According to the report, Gutfar's attorney has refused all cooperation with investigators. While she hasn't been criminally charged, Santa Cruz County is actively suing her to recover the funds. A judge has since frozen most of her assets to prevent her from liquidating or hiding what's left. Investigators say she manipulated her way into full control by convincing her chief deputy treasurer to hand over all the access codes. Somehow, she also kept all 6 of her employees in the dark. The report even lists the gifts she gave to by silence or loyalty, like a $6,000 loan so her deputy could buy a new air conditioner and monthly cell phone payments. She let the deputy's sister use one of her cars, worth about $3,000. She covered personal bills for her senior secretary and handed out $1,500 for the secretary's birthday. She let a tax clerk's daughter have her wedding at Gutfar's ranch, gave the clerk's son a generous wedding gift, and even took her on a weekend getaway to San Marcos, Mexico. What's worse is how badly the Santa Cruz County Board failed to oversee any of this. They missed red flags that should have been impossible to ignore, like a monthly cash report that hadn't changed by even a penny in over a year. So now here we are, $39 million gone, and Gutfar gets 10 years. Many in the community feel like that sentence is a joke compared to the scale of theft, deception, and betrayal involved. One board member said they pushed for the maximum sentence, but still, 10 years is all she got for blatantly stealing from a community she once claimed to love. What do you think? Is 10 years enough for what she did? Was that just a slap on the wrist? Let me know in the comments below if you found this story as shocking as I did. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more of the annual salaries for Thornton Township trustees Mary Avant, Chris Gonzalez, Valeria Stubbs, and Byron Stanley are all listed at $14,710. However, this figure isn't aligned with the official salary schedule. As first-term trustees, Avant, Stubbs, and Stanley should only be earning $11,195. Only Gonzalez, who is currently in his second term, is correctly paid at $14,710. That discrepancy raises eyebrows. Then there's Robert Hunt, the finance director, still employed even though he's a holdover from both the Henyard and Zuccarelli administrations. He's not on the board, but pulls in an annual salary of $116,455. When someone recently requested information about the township's tentative budget, Hunt passed the buck and told them to talk to clerk Casey Nesbitt.
Ass.
But isn't Hunt supposed to be the finance guy? Shouldn't he be the one answering questions about the budget? Instead, it's just a bunch of finger-pointing. Nobody seems to be taking responsibility, clerk. Casey Nesbitt earned $17,825 per year in her role as both the clerk and the township's FOIA officer. She claims that's in line with the salary schedule, but the document she sent only included her own pay. So take that with a grain of salt. Meanwhile, Highway Commissioner Antoine Russell is drawing a salary of $27,519. Even though the salary schedule says a first-term highway commissioner should only be making $17,825. That's roughly $10,000 more than he should be receiving. Assessor Cassandra Stone, another elected non-voting member of the board, earns $53,716 annually. But no one seems to be questioning whether that amount aligns with the official salary schedule, so it might be correct. Then there's Heath Price. He manages the township's food pantry in Harvey and used to be a known Henyard insider. His salary? A whopping $72,219. And yes, he's still holding that position. Price had noticeably calmed down in recent months. He'd softened up, started being friendlier, and maybe that cushy job was the reason. He didn't lose any weight, but Heavy's younger brother might have found comfort in a secure paycheck. So here we are. Tiffany Henyard is out. Yet the financial red flags keep flying. Makes you wonder, was some of what Tiffany said actually true? It's easy to point fingers at her, and no one's giving her a pass for her misanthropes. But clearly, she wasn't the only one playing fast and loose with taxpayer money. How the money resides, indeed. A public hearing on the budgets for the Thornton Township General Fund, General Assistance, and the Road and Bridge Fund is scheduled for Tuesday, July 22nd at 5 p.m., followed by the regular township board meeting. Sounds like it might be time to keep an eye on Thornton Township again. Let's not forget they fought to get Napoleon Harris in. Remember that massive gym rally? It's the same one where Tiffany Henyard said they locked her and her people out? We were all like, girl, stop. But they got what they wanted. Napoleon's sitting pretty now with his township salary north of $200,000. On top of the $89,000 he already makes, life's good for him. But what do I know, right? We'll keep watching how this plays out. If you made it this far, hit that like button and subscribe. And for those spreading false narratives, especially black folks tearing down a black woman in power, y'all should be ashamed. Because at the end of the day, some of y'all are headed to jail. Unis is that seat. And to whoever tried to thank Tiffany Henyard, come here, say that nonsense again. Shut your stupid ass up.